Some places in Colorado, the roar of a tornado is joined by the wail of tornado sirens as a warning, but not in Highlands Ranch yesterday. Douglas County doesn't have tornado sirens. Leaders there have long said they don't see enough tornadoes in Dougco to warrant spending the money. Steve Stager set out to figure out how much it would cost.
Why doesn't Douglas County have tornado sirens is a question 9 News has been asking since at least 1998.
But nowhere in the fastest growing county in the country will you find one of these.
Back when reporters like Phil Keating wore beepers in stand-ups.
Override system through TV and radio.
The answer, pretty soundly, has been tornado sirens are expensive. On the Town of Parker's website, they say installation of a new tornado siren system in town would cost $30 million. Remember that number. There are quite a few communities in our region without tornado sirens.
It is a surprise to me.
Not what Denver Fire Captain Ahmed Nunn expected.
You know, I've grown up in the Montbello area, so anytime that there were tornadoes and sirens going off, we knew exactly what to do and where to go.
Denver has a huge network of tornado sirens.
When those sirens go off, it means that somebody has seen a tornado, and which is usually initiated by the National Weather Service.
Sirens that don't cost a lot to maintain, $2,500 for the yearly operating contract.
And then it's about $16,000 a year for maintenance, parts to keep the system up and operating.
But Denver came upon these sirens pretty easily. They were originally installed by the Civil Air Patrol back in the day, a Cold War relic meant to alert folks about nuclear attack or air raid. Tornado sirens only started warning about tornadoes in the 1970s, which explains why they don't exist in a lot of newer suburbs like Highlands Ranch. The town of Castle Rock said they looked into it, found that each siren cost about $35,000 and they would need 33. In Castle Rock, that would mean about $1 million for a siren system. Remember Parker's estimate of $30 million? That would mean the town was looking at 857 sirens, or just really fancy ones.
We reached out to Parker to ask about that $30 million number. They told us that was from a 5-year-old article on the website. They weren't sure of the source of it. They're going to try to track it down over the weekend, maybe get back to us on Monday about it. A few years ago, Longmont's system malfunctioned, and the Times Call at the time reported that the cost to replace it would have been about $500,000, so they just shut their system down. But after the 2008 tornado in Weld County, the county made it a priority to install a system. They got a lot of grant funding to do so as well, just because FEMA will help you out in these types of situations to pay for things like this. But the Weld County systems in multiple towns, it was something in the hundreds of thousands, not quite 30 million.
I was supposed to say 857 tornado sirens in Parker sounds deafening.
Yeah.
You know, like 2 to a block.
I know. At one point, because I found another estimate, it was like 25,000 per system, and it was going to be like 1,200 of them. And I'm like, my goodness, that's a lot of sirens.
It does seem that not having them is one thing, because people know you live in Dougco, you don't have sirens. You got to find out some other way if there's bad weather on the ground. But like taking a system out of a community sounds kind of dangerous, right?
Yeah. I mean, you think about it, it's there. And I've talked to some of the alert and warning people that I know quite well who say this is an important part of the toolbox because you never know when you're going to need it if somebody doesn't get a message in a different way. Like we've done a lot of reporting on opt-in systems that people don't know about, they don't sign up for. It's just another tool to let people know that something bad's happening.
Bottom line, know what the warnings are in your community so you can stay safe, like people did in Highlands Ranch. They did a great job yesterday.
Yeah.
Steve, thank you.